Hey everybody, welcome on back to Straight Cut DIY. Coming to you today with a slightly different video, a series that may stick around, affectionately being called Craft Tools Day at the moment. This plan is to take a tool, take a little review of it, and while we're doing that, sip on a fine craft beverage. Today I've got the Nordic Spring from Dogfish Head. It says that it's brewed with orange peels, juniper needles, and berries. This is their spring collection. It's got some artwork on the can here, which I'll put a link to the artist down below. It's actually a pretty cool looking beer can. Let's go ahead and crack this one open and give it a pour. A little shout out to the fine folks also at Southern Tier Brewing Company for providing this glass for today's brew. Why not be a little fancy? Elevate things over here. It's a new segment after all. Honestly, I have no idea what a juniper needle smells like. I'm definitely getting some citrus notes though. Maybe that's what a juniper needle tastes like. It's definitely got a somewhat woodsy taste to it. With a citrus note that's just there on the back end. But this video is not about craft beer though, completely. Like I said, we're going to be talking about tool today too. So why don't I go ahead and pull out the guest of honor from the pocket. This here is from the folks at Reflex, and this tool is a set of wire strippers, but unlike any other wire strippers, these ones are specifically made for non-metallic cable, i.e. Romex. And the idea behind these tools is, or this tool, I should say, is to basically strip 14-2 wire or 12-2 wire, an individual 14 wire or an individual 12 wire. So it definitely speeds things up. I got to use these on my first project with it in a video that'll be coming up soon on the channel where I actually run some wire for new out front lights and also for a new doorbell and security camera. So I'll be looking for that video coming up soon. When it does post, I'll go ahead and I'll leave a card up here for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this here with a little bit of a demo. So, oh, that's a really good brew. I've got some 14-2 standard non-metallic Romex cable, if you're feeling like the trade name for it. This is actually Southwire brand. So shout out to the folks at Southwire. Wow, while we're talking about non-metallic cable, the price on this sure has come down a little bit from when it really shot up there during the pandemic. I bought a spool of 250 feet of this this past weekend here, and it was $125 and I believe 87 cents for 250 feet of it. I can recall at one point during the pandemic, I saw this stuff selling for $200. So this is a welcome change of price. But you know, as with most things, they're starting to come back down. You know, we'll see how everything proceeds. But without further ado here, let's take a look at this. So you can see it's got a sharp edge in the middle there to actually cut everything. So you know, you can still go ahead and trim very nicely. I don't know how well this will come up on camera, but there is a laser etched numbering on there. So you have 14-2, the 12-2, the 14 single, the 12 single, your 2 holes to loop wires with, and then you also have cutters for both 16 32nd and 8 32nd for your screws, you know, if you ever need to trim those when you're mounting a box, or excuse me, mounting a light into a box. So here you can see, if we just put it up here on the top, there are some jaws that lock down on this essentially, and I have it in the 14-2 area, and you just give it a little squeeze. What it does is it pierces the outer sheath of the non-metallic cable and slides it right off, just like that. It's very straightforward. You know, you still have your cardboard on the inside. You can rip that off. And here are your 3 conductors with inside of the cable. And the nice thing about this is it doesn't come through and pierce the insulation on your hot or your neutral. There's not even so much as a mark on the copper even. So once you have that stripped off, you can come down to one of the singles. So here's a single 14 gauge, slides right off. Get your black on there. Again, slides right off. Oh, this is super quick and easy to do this. You know, this tool it's really where it shines. So go ahead and put it in a hole. You've got your perfect loop right there for your ground. You know, you can do it again for your neutral. And last but not least, for that hot. You know, very quick to do that. I'm telling you, this saved me a lot of time. Even though I was only doing a couple of lights and a switch on the wall, you know, the number of times that I have gone in and, you know, cut all the way through, you know, you're over here with the you know, the inside edge, and you're cutting down, or you got your linemen's out and you're trying to score it just enough, but you don't want to hit the insulation, and then you end up doing one of these things. And you're like, oh shoot, I didn't get it all the way. And you're like, you're weak. Well, maybe. But, you know, at the price of this wire, you know, you don't want to be unnecessarily dinging or nicking your wires on your conductors on the inside. Now, I don't know how well it's going to show up. I'm going to put this right up close to the camera. Can you see the line, the little nick on the white insulation there? I definitely hit it. I didn't go all the way through it, but I made an impression into that. And, you know, that's obviously a safety hazard. You don't want to have any exposed insulation or exposed wire underneath any of those conductors. So it's, in my mind, this is a great tool. You know, it's like I said, the Reflex brand. It's spring loaded, so it pops back up for you. You know, it's got a lock on it so that, you know, you put it in your pocket or your bag, your pouch, whatever. It's not going to open up on you. It's a simple thumb release. And all in all, I mean, it's a quality tool. This is something that's going to get a lot of use down here while we're working on the basement build for sure. We've got a ton of wiring to do down here for outlets and recessed lighting, you name it. Like there's going to be a fair amount of wiring to do down here because again, there's nothing down here. Right now there is an outlet for my sump pump and freezer. They're sharing an outlet, and then I have another outlet over for the washer and dryer. Those are the only 2 outlets that currently exist down here in this basement. So we'll be putting in numerous outlets throughout the process of this full build out here. So, you know, if you first time coming around to the channel, I welcome you. As I have often said, I am not an expert. I am simply a DIYer who has been schooled in the world of YouTube for, well, probably a few thousand hours now, I would say, over the course of the years of watching various other channels. And this is just my opportunity to kind of not necessarily show everybody step by step how things are done, but really just to give you an insight, to have that little over the shoulder look, if you will, as I go through these. So I'm trying to keep these videos as you know, informative as possible, while also, you know, keeping the notion there that I am a DIYer. I will make mistakes. I have made mistakes. And feel free to leave down in the comments below. I'm sure I said something that was incorrect in this video. You know, but that is something that you open yourself up to, I guess, as a YouTube creator. But I think it's an opportunity for everyone to learn. So if you have something to share about non-metallic cable, please go ahead and drop a comment down below. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I promise you there is going to be a lot of videos coming as we continue to build out this 1940s basement from an unfinished space into a fully finished space. So with that, I'm going to have another sip of my beer, because this is a dang good brew. Delicious. If you'd like to get yourself some, I'm sure you got Dogfish Head in your area. Again, Nordic Spring, give it a try. Once again, thanks for tuning in here to Straight Cut DIY. I'll see you on the next one.